What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Indian summer. We all know it is absolutely hot out there. Thank God that I did manage to get myself on the camera. It's been quite some time now without I guys speaking to you. As you all know that the shoe boss is almost like all the time busy doing something and just like that. But anyways, I thank God that today it might be the best day that I have to speak live to most of the people that are actually supporting me out there. It's such a beautiful thing that people get to meet like this in a plain way where somebody is just like vlogging and you probably see everything that is actually happening out there. Not that I'm a best speaker or something like that, but just sharing each other's information and probably some of the ideas that I have in my mind that I want to just express to you guys. And besides that, just like having a time with yourself and also the people that are actually supporting me out there, it's one of the most important thing. I do believe that in my life I do have to do things that actually add value in my life than just like living life as it is. I do remember for the past few years I think I've been living a difficult type of a life where I just do things just because somebody is doing them, or where I just do things because I thought maybe they might be okay that I have to do them. But now that I am in this stage of my life, I do understand that there are things that do not actually add value in my life, and there are things that do add value in my life. And mostly I do focus on those things that actually add value in my life. So I'm gonna cook first. I think food is one of the most important things, guys. Right here, I do have, let me just show you right now. I do have my beautiful pan right here. It's been on the fire for quite some time now. Let me just reduce the heat right here. I use this butter right here. I do not use cooking oil. I do know that vegetable seeds oil, they have quite some things. And this is my chicken right here. I just marinated it, and I think this is what I'm gonna eat. So as for me, guys, to be honest with you, I do not actually like to eat something that I know that is tasty, and at the same time I'm gonna have like difficulties on digesting. I just want to eat the food that is actually good for me, and that I also know that if I eat this food, I think I'm not gonna have any problems. So the first thing is I'm just gonna use a little bit of this butter, and then after that I'm just gonna fry it, and yep, that's how it is. I use my phone. My phone is absolutely beautiful. As you can see, the quality of the video is also okay. But having a camera, I think, is just like something that is absolutely so good that you just already know that I have something that is already waiting for me so that I can just use it to my best advantage. So I think that's one thing that is on my list, that I actually have to get a camera, because it's just something really, really amazing that you get to record your videos knowing that these videos are not just standard, but also you're using the right tool. Because a phone is okay, but at the same time, having a camera is just like an additional advantage. You can pull it out anywhere and you can just use it anywhere. And with the connection with your phone, you can get to do so many things. Unfortunately, if you just have like one phone, it's gonna be so difficult. When you're gonna be editing the video on the phone, you're gonna be recording the videos on the phone, and having like a lot of replies on the phone, maybe messages and stuff like that. So I think a camera is one thing that I actually have to get, and that might also add value in my life. Okay, guys, so our food is now ready. This is like the drink that I'm actually drinking right now. Unfortunately, it's a processed drink, but anyways, it's not that bad. It's just like a normal juice, and this flavor is a guava. I just love the thickness on it. And this is our chicken right here. So like you see, I eat like real steak, nothing else. And these are our eggs, and right here I'm gonna pour on my drink, and then we're just gonna begin to eat. This is where I do the calculations. This is where I do the sales. This is where I do everything. My computer is right here. I'm probably gonna get a laptop very soon. I think that's gonna be a little bit more mobile and easy to use than just like turning on the desktop and then beginning to type in things. This is probably everything. Let us say the grace a little bit. May the Lord bless this food in the name of Jesus. Amen. So this is where I do almost everything. Some of the things that are actually out there, for example, having like a super comfortable life. I think I'm not the type of a person who is like looking for that type of life right now. I am looking for a life where I am building assets. I think there is a video that I just made. I think I made it like a long time ago, because this is like, you do know that most of the people, they live up to their 60 years working maybe working for somebody, and then in their 70s or 80s, then they say we're gonna leave our pension. As for me, it's quite different. It's quite different because I don't want to live up to 70 years or 80 years and then say, you know what, I'm gonna leave a pension right now. I'm that type of a guy who is like, you know what, my life is like this. I want to live up to 35 years, and then I'm going to say, you know what, if I have to retire in this thing, I have to retire in this thing, and then I have to venture into this thing, not to be like consistently working and being somebody who is like his whole life just working to get maybe loads of billions of dollars. I'm not that type of a person. I'm that type of a person who's like, you know what, yes, I'm gonna work, but at the same time, I think my life has to go in this direction. I don't have to live a life that other people are actually living out there. I have to live the best life because by the end of the day, you and I know that we're gonna die one day, right? So I think that's one thing that is really, really important to me, that I have to live my life like that. So guys, let us dig in and let us enjoy this beautiful meal that I prepared for myself. The chicken is really, really that good because it's very soft, and with the butter in it, it makes it even more tender. The man is full. So hear me out. We're gonna go in there and then do some work. Right now it's already like to 5 and we have to work, and at the same time I have to go to the gym. I have to come back and do some work at the end of the day. I think most of you guys have seen that we had a sale like few days ago. It was so tough to actually work. The reason why is because I had a guy who was actually helping me to work here. Unfortunately, people are people. People can just say whatever they want to say, and then at the end of the day, they don't actually fulfill what they are saying, and that really hurts, especially when somebody leaves you at the point where they don't even have to tell you, like, you know what, we are actually leaving, or we are going somewhere else, and then they just maybe on the day when you give them their salary, and then they just go, and then they never come back. So I have to work myself out, and at the same time, I have to be a person who is also doing the work in there, doing the sales, doing almost each and everything. But at the same time, I appreciate that when a door closes, a window opens, there are things that I used to think that they are actually difficult for me to do. For example, picking up sneakers or delivering them and all that. Right now, it's becoming even much more easier than before, especially when it comes to people that I have online payments. Because if, for example, if you have online payment, it's going to be much more easier to get your sneakers than ever. Let's say somebody lives within Ludhiana, they just pay their, the amount of money they want for the sneaker they just want. The next thing I'm gonna do is to just like book a Rapido or book a Porter or book just like a delivery app that I just like use, and then it just goes within 30 minutes. The person has their order, so it's so much easier in that way, and it's so much much better to actually work in that way. So I think that is the best thing that I'm actually doing, diversification, but also at the same time, um packing sneakers is one thing that has to be done by me because it's within here, it's within my influence, and it's something that I have to do like almost all the time. So right now, guys, I have to pack some sneakers, and at the same time we have to go to the gym. I have to send them to Korea, and then they have to be shipped to other states. Remember, guys, I do ship sneakers all over the world, which simply means that wherever you are in India, wherever you are in the world, I actually ship wherever you are. For example, most of the people that are in Africa, you guys already know. For example, there are quite some number of countries that have already shipped sneakers over there. Sometimes it's just like when you buy like less quantity of sneakers, the number of the amount of sneaker per kg might be even much more than the amount of money per kg that you have to pay on the scale. For example, let's say you buy one pair of sneaker and then it's like 2 kgs. The amount of money might be a lot of of money. But let's say you buy like a quantity of sneakers, maybe 10, 15 pairs of sneakers, and then they are like around 13, 14, 15 kgs without boxes, or with the boxes around 20 kgs. It's going to be very, very cheap. And the best part about it is it takes only 1 week to get your sneakers wherever you are in the world. So that is one thing that you guys need to know. I actually use DHL. It is the most safest, the most secure, and also the most reliable because it delivers at the doorstep where you are, where you stay in your country. If it cannot deliver where you are, maybe you're in the villages or something like that, we'll just make sure that you get your sneakers through other couriers that are actually coming to the villages. So that's one thing that you guys need to know, and that's one thing that you actually need to understand, that the shoe boss is actually shipping sneakers all over the world. But besides that, I also, guys, do supply sneakers. I think I have been talking about the reseller program. Reseller program is a platform where people actually get sneakers at a very low price, for example, wholesale prices. And these prices are the price that you can use to push your own margin. For example, I give you a price of Air Force Ones at maybe 1,650 rupees with the delivery and with the box. I mean, that simply means you're buying it at 1,400 rupees. That's right. And at the same time, you can also put your own margin. For example, right now, a pair of right now, a pair of Air Force Ones is actually going for around maybe 1899 or 2,000 rupees to other people. You can also sell it something like that. You can also sell it up to 2,500 depending on where you are. And just like that, you can actually make money. And also, there are other people who are like, you know what, we need to buy S boxes. I actually sell them at a very low price, because I even, if I get like 20 rupees margin on each and every pair of that sneaker, I'm still gonna be okay with it, because I'm selling in big quantity, and at the same time getting like a low margin, but at the same time selling in a very big quantity. So that's how it is for me, and that's how I actually work with most of the people. And I appreciate the fact that there are people actually out there that are saying, you know what, Shoe Boss, you have changed our lives, and we have improved our life. And if you can also be one of those people, I think I'll be just so grateful that my life is not just for nothing. My life is also for something. And there are people out there who are actually saying, you know what, you, my guy, you are actually doing something for us. And we really appreciate that. If you keep doing this, I think we're going to be able also to be continue to support you, and at the same time, just living the life that you are actually also, living. Okay, so in here, guys, it's a full box of unpegged sneakers. As you can see, there are like variety of sneakers in there that are actually unpegged. So I have to peg them all and then ship them all, something like that. Some of them, they are like returns. I think like this one is a return, and some of them are something like that. So I have to peg these ones, but at the same time, there are some of the sneakers that are not in here. Most of the sneakers, as you all know, they are in here. And yep, most of the people, they already know this place, and most of the people, they've been coming here. I really want to say thank you guys for coming and shopping inside the ShoeBoss sneaker house. And in here we do have our boxes. Right here I have like other boxes in here that I'm gonna use for packing sneakers. So for the safety boxes, guys, I use something like this one. These are the safety boxes that I use. These are like really, really good for security of your box, and at the same time of your sneakers. The easy slides, guys, these, when they come in here, they don't really stay for a long time. They just stay like maybe 2 or 3 days, and then they're all gone, something like it. So I think I'm just like left with like 3 pairs of easy slides, and the rest is just like history. They are all gone. So like I said, I'm gonna be packing these sneakers, guys. I might not be able to record the video because it might be very long, but at the same time, I'm gonna be packing these sneakers and just like, do something like that. Welcome to a beautiful evening. We got a beautiful day. We got something really amazing today. Your man just went to the gym, and it was such an amazing session. I got so much pumped up, and trust me, I'm feeling so good. So right now we have to cook something to eat, and I think I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna eat in this beautiful evening, in this beautiful night. And I think we're gonna eat that together. So I'm gonna eat actually fish. I think I'm just gonna eat like boiled fish. That will be like really good for me. I don't really like to eat something that is a lot, like something that has a lot of, starch on it. That will be like stiff in my stomach. I just like to eat something that is simple and something that is easy to digest. So I think fish is something that is absolutely easy to digest. So right here, I do have this head right here. It's really, really that good. And I do have this other part right here of, the mid part of the body. So this one, I'm gonna fry it and make sure that it's fried, and I'm just gonna cut it a little bit. Let us talk a little bit about some life challenges that I actually personally face in my life. I think this is a challenge that most of the people also face, but they are not actually so free to talk about it. The reason why is because once people become like open to other people, They just feel like, maybe people are going to take it in a different way or in a very negative way or something like that. But the reality check is sometimes when people open up, they are actually looking for help and they're actually looking for something much better. Not that I'm saying like I'm looking for help, it's something that I'm not able to talk about it because I think it was a challenge to me and I am so grateful that I did manage to overcome it. And one that is mostly very, very dangerous challenge that almost each and every gender face is a challenge of masturbation through pornography. And that, my friend, is something that no one in this world would be very, very happy to talk about, especially if they are just like, alone. Now, what really happens when somebody is actually masturbating? For example, you just probably you don't even need to go on those sites, but maybe you're on Facebook and then you just see somebody just doing something like that, Facebook, Facebook guys. And then that mentality comes back where you didn't even want to do it, and then you find yourself on the side. You'll be like, why not? Can I just have a time and then just watch myself on the side, and then by the end of the day you find yourself masturbating. Now, this challenge, guys, I would like to say the one way in which I think anyone can overcome such a challenge is through finding Christ. And I'm not talking about my religion or my personal understanding of me being loved by Christ to everybody so that they can also feel that they are also loved by Christ. I know personally that I'm loved and I'm cared about, and I understand why Christ loves me. And trust me right now when I say this, I do not have anywhere in this world or anything that I can prove that I love Christ because I am actually not perfect. But when I realized that I am so loved and cared about by Christ, and everything just changed. And trust me when I say this, this is something that really changed my life, and this is something that also solved my problems. The reason why you see people are actually out there masturbating is because they're actually looking for a fulfillment, like a satisfaction from something else, like an external thing. And that alone actually causes that whole pain, that whole blame, that whole thing that, like, just like the after effects of masturbation or the after effects of watching porn. And trust me, those things are definitely the most difficult things, period. Now, when you really need to know that you are an addicted person from pornography, I think you just need to understand, like, through the types of headaches that you feel. Or, for example, you don't even watch porn for like 2 or 3, maybe weeks or something like that. You will definitely feel in your body, feel in your mind that there is something missing. And trust me, the truth is there is absolutely nothing missing. It's just like an emptiness that is in your heart that you need to feel the love of Christ. You do not have the power and the glory to love Christ, but Christ already loves you. And I'm talking about somebody who already died for you, that you already know, whether you like it or whether you don't like it. Somebody already died for you. And I'm so sure that there is no one who can do that. There is no one who can say, I need to be tormented, I need to be punished, I need to, to go through these hard times so that I can redeem almost each and every person, or so that I can break the covenants of Old Testament or something like that. This, my brothers and sisters, is not preaching. This, my brothers and sisters, is actually healing, because I myself, I used to feel a lot of guilty. For example, just like after masturbating, right? And then you just like start to feel like, oh my God, why did I do this? Or, oh my God, I'm so dirty. And then by the end of the day, you are just like so low. By the end of the day, you don't even want to talk to other people. Your conversation with other people, for example, if you have a partner, your conversation with that partner is going to be very low. If you have like somebody that is like staying with you, your conversation with that person is going to be very low. Even the interactions, the way in which you used to do and the way you now do is going to be a little bit different. So that is my the biggest challenges of watching pornography. And I think if actually, I'm telling you this, if you find Christ, guys, early, it's something that's going to actually redeem you, something that's going to fill your heart, because that search for pleasure is because you are feeling that you are alone and you can do anything just to satisfy yourself. But the reality check is you are not actually alone. You already have everything in you, and what you just need to do is to submit it. So I did submitted myself to Christ, and I think that is one of the best thing I ever done in my life. And after doing that, I think, the devil will always tempt you, and the devil will always, be there to just like find if you are really strong on him. Surround yourself with people also sometimes. Do not be alone if you already know that this is what is happening. For example, if you are just like feeling like you want to do it, I want you to just, be open to other people. Go out, take a walk. If you don't see like yourself walking, take a Bible and then start to read, or just start to play some gospel songs, and then you just find yourself crying. You just find yourself, being a person who is already, enjoying a beautiful life. So that is one challenge that most of the people are actually facing out there, and I was also a victim of it. And I just want to share this with you guys, that it is a beautiful thing, that you just need to know that Christ loves you. And I hope this will actually save your lives. Let me just keep cooking right here, because you know what it is. Okay, guys, so we do have this beautifully prepared meal. I think this is how I did it. These are some eggs, and this is a boiled head, and this one is actually fried. So for some people, they're like, you know what, we can't actually eat just, meat only and something like this only. As for me, I say I am at the top of the food chain, because I definitely know that we human beings, we are the top of the food chain. We are the ones who actually eat this meat more than any animal on this planet. So, as for me, I would like to treat myself like this, not just because it's a good thing to do, but I also know that it's the right thing to do. So, this is how it looks for me. I do know that there might be some changes when it comes to whether you are like staying with somebody, or, something like that. Well, I do know about something that it might be, a little bit difficult when you are actually like staying with somebody, or when you are like in the family house, where everything is like prepared by for everyone, and then you just like want to eat something like this. But as a man, for me, I just prefer to actually eat something like this, not because I just want to, but I also know that it is the right thing to do. So guys, join me as I eat something like this in this beautiful night. It's already like so late, but anyways, we're gonna have ourselves a special treatment, and after that, I'm gonna actually go to work. Let's go. Mm. Do you know, guys, like some of the advantages of being a business owner, or a business person, or an entrepreneur? There is a lot of freedom when it comes to business. And I believe that freedom is happiness. There is this video I made where I was talking about money. I know that most of the people, they are like, not really interested in topics like money topic. But I'm going to tell you what, no matter what you do in your life, you still need money. No matter where you are in your life, you still need money. And the worst part about money is that most of the people, they don't know what money really is, and they end up dying without even knowing what money is. I do have this book right here by Robert Kiyosaki, The Rich Dad Poor Dad. I think most of the people, they know this book. I read it like 4 or 5 times. The first time I read it, I thought I understood it. The second time I read it, I thought I understood it. The third time I read it, that's when I started to understand it. And then I do believe and understand this, that there are three categories of people in this world. The first category, by Robert Kiyosaki, is the first category whereby the poor, right? They do not have anything at all. They do not know anything about money. They are probably homeless. They are probably nobodies. And the second category of money is those people. They have like a bunch of money, like a real big heap of money like this, but at the same time, they don't know what money really is. And these are probably doctors, these are probably bankers, these are probably people that have those high level type of jobs, probably those guys that you see out there, thinking that maybe some of them are successful or something like that. And then the third category of people is those people who already know what money really is. Because if I tell you, my friend, that that heap of paper that you see, or that heap of money that you say it's money, it was actually printed, which simply means it's something that can be made again and again from wood. And that is the worst part about just like thinking that you have money. But the first category or the third category that I was actually talking about of those people who already know what money really is, those guys are the cheese. Those guys are the real G's. They know what really money is. They don't actually use their money sometimes, they use debt. But at the same time, they already know that I can keep cash. What can I keep? I can actually keep assets. Assets are things that generate what we call passive income, right? A passive income is an income that just like generates money again and again, every hour, every second, every time when you are asleep, when you are just doing nothing. That is passive income. And end income is probably for those people that are in the second category, whereby those guys are actually receiving money from, in form of salary, in form of incentives, in form of whatever that is. And that, my friend, is actually what we call end income. So you need to create a system whereby you do not have to keep the cash. You just have to create assets. And assets are in form of, maybe you just want to maybe buy a very big piece of land and then maybe start farming on it, or maybe you just want to be like into real estate and then just start doing some things like that, renting houses, selling them, or something like that. That is the category of wealthy people, and that is the category of people who already know what money really is. And that category is the category that I want to be, because I don't want to be like the person who's like, I want to keep money, I want to go on vacations, I want to do all these things. These are absolutely beautiful things, but at the same time, I want to be a person who's like, you know what, I need a heap of money to store it so that I can use it to build my assets. And those assets are going to give me passive income until I die. Something like that. I hope this is something that is a little bit understandable. It's coming from somebody who is actually coming from down there. Actually, I grew up in a family whereby almost nobody actually talks about something like this. Even if they could hear me saying something like this, they would be like, what is he actually talking about? Is he crazy or something like that? Who does he think he is? But that is the reality check of this world. So the system, my brothers, is actually rigged, and you need to learn so much about money more than you might think. In school, they won't teach you that. Nobody's going to teach you that or whatsoever. Guys, let me just eat my food because I think it's actually getting cold and I'm talking too much. The before and the after. Okay, guys, so now we have to go to walk and walk some few minutes that are actually left here. We have the privilege of doing that. Actually, I do have the privilege of doing that. It's like 30 minutes of taking pictures and videos and then post them and probably make some money before the end of 20. Today, what is the date? The date is 9. Yeah, before the end of 9th. So let's go. Okay, so guys, this is where I actually take my pictures at. Just like you can see that this is how I actually make my photo shoot. This is a little light that I use here, and this tripod right here, it provides that extra, that light that I like, and it provides also the best quality of the picture. So this here, guys, brings to the end of the video. I think yesterday I actually dozed off because I think I was absolutely tired. And right here, as you can see, guys, I've been actually keeping a track on my expenses as to how much money am I spending, like on a daily basis, how much money am I spending in a week, how much money am I spending in a month, something like that. I think that's how my life is actually looks like when it comes to like the reality of the ShoeBoss life. So I want to say thank you guys for watching this video, and also stay tuned for other videos because they are actually coming. I think I'm gonna make another video where I'm gonna be like going and buying a camera, and at the same time buying something like a laptop, because I think I'm gonna be a little bit mobile, but at the same time I just need to keep a track on each and everything that is actually happening in the ShoeBoss sneaker industry. So I want to say thank you guys, and of course, as you all know it, vlogging is always the best thing because you are actually like showing it all to people and just like being absolutely clear even to yourself. You just feel good that you're talking about something that is like in your heart. So I'm so sure that the next time we vlog, we're gonna have some amazing topics, and some of those topics are some of the most important topics that most young men and young women actually need to hear out there, since you guys already know that you guys are amazing and you have been always supporting me from the beginning. So see you guys in the next video. I hope this one was a better one, And I think the next one will be much better than this one. See you.